A view of downtown Detroit is seen. And David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Good insight there, Dave. Thank you. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Payton in at the 1. And for the Pistons, we've got Hayes. Griffin is out there at Plumlee. And there's Jackson. And it's Grant in at small forward. Now here's Randall. Griffin with the steal. Jackson with it. In the corner, it's Griffin. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Here's Hayes. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep you guessing.
Barrett dishes to Bullock. Robinson left side. Back to Bullock. Stolen by Jackson. Plumlee with it. Now defended by Randall. Pass to Grant. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
New York moving the ball around. Here's Robinson. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Hayes. The dish to Jackson. Pass to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hayes. No good off the back of the rim.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
Here's Randall. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Now here's Hayes. Defense right on him. Grant against Barrett. Now here's Grant. Boy, he was something else against Boston. Plumlee, no luck.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
To the middle. Here's Bullock. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Pistons go the other way with it. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Now, here is Robinson. Coming off a solid outing against Indiana. And he's able to get it back. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for the Pistons. Rose comes in for Hayes. And then for New York, Alec Burks checked in for Reggie Bullock, and Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I can absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it with double checking, and the game continues on.
The pass to Noel. And Noel throws it down hard.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Rose looking around. Up and in on the layup. Rose has got his second bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Barrett. Burks on the wing. Kicks to Smith. And Okafor with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Knicks ball. 5 on the clock. Smith the pass to Noel. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Burks can't get it to go. The Pistons lead it. And here is Okafor. The kick out to Rose. Launches a three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly.
Puts it up off the inbound.
An area he must sharpen over time. Smith Jr. has the defensive skills. Just need
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Knicks lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K.
I hate losing, but...
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least is an amateur grade.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Barrett and Knox in at the forward positions. Smith is out there with Alec Burks, and it's Noel in at the 5 spot. The Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for R.J. Barrett. Burks for 3, and Wright pulls it down. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Doumbouya kicks to Wright. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. The 3, rebounded by Knox.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Bullock passes to Smith. It's Noel atop the key. And slam dunk by Noel.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, one play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Right, the pass to Mikhailuk. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
For 3, Bullock. Here's Burks, and he goes in for the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Okafor gets the bucket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's guarded by Bullock. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. New York trailing. To the paint and stolen by Wright. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Down low. Here's Okafor. Knicks with the rebound.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alder.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Blake Griffin had 2 more knee surgeries last season. Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said that the year before, they rode him like a cheap horse, in Casey's words, to make the playoffs. Griffin acknowledged his load may need managing down the road, saying, "I'm a believer in science. I'm going to listen to them and let them lead the way." Guys?
Smart perspective. David, thank you. Both teams deciding to change it up. Knocked loose. And they're on the break. Pass to Bullock. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Outside Robinson. To the inside. And the basket by Knox. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here's Hayes, covered by Payton. Hayes dishes to Grant. Inside. Here's Knox, guarded by Jackson. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
What I love about Randall is the power he plays with. He's an absolute force inside.
Hayes with it, out defended by Randall, and Hayes kicks to Doumbouya. A second chance effort, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For Detroit, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. That free throw good from Hayes. So for the Pistons, Plumlee comes in for Doumbouya, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jackson. And the Knicks making a change here as well. They're checked in for Reggie Bullock. He's perfect from the line this time.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Plumlee with the steal. Here's Griffin. Randall with some nice D.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Knox. New York now working with a new shot clock.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 3. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Grant kicks to Plumlee. It's rebounded by Payton.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And a close game so far to the first. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. And looking at the state of the New York Knicks. And that's all we have.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. So you have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Mitchell Robinson.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
They've got Griffin, Josh Jackson out there with Hayes. Then there's Jeremy Grant, and it's Plumlee in at the center position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. To the inside, and Barrett slams it in.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
Plumlee finds Hayes. Grant in the post. Barrett covering. They get it back. Griffin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on R.J. Barrett.
He's a minute close to the rim. When Griffin gets the ball and in the position he wants, you got to whack him.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Doubled by Plumlee. Robinson passes to Randall from the left block. And the Knicks good for 2.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Snatched up. Here's Jackson. The layup off target.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Over to the wing. Griffin against Randall. A shot off that time. And it's Detroit the other way. New York moving the ball around. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. So both teams making some changes here. New York shooting their first free throw of the game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Right against Burks. Lets the 3 fly. And it's right missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Outside for Randall. And the Knicks miss again.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
The kick out to Wright. The 3. Detroit, no good that time either. The Knicks leading by 10. Burks for 3. Noel, the second chance points on the tip in. Noel's got 6.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Outside Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mikhailuk. And he can't stop the run as he misses. For New York, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Noel passes to Randall. Smith for 3. Rebound, Detroit. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Blake Griffin. And stolen by Wright. We've got 1:23 left here in the third quarter. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
You have to keep this man out of the paint. Griffin, professional poster maker.
Smith the pass to Barrett. Griffin with the steal. Right outside. Rose dishes to Okafor. Mikhailuk passes. Ooh, look at him apply!
Wow, look at the coordination, the strength Griffin possesses. Taking the punishment like a champ and still finishing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Nerlens Noel, and it's Knox in for Dennis Smith. Robinson finds Randall. Here's Barrett, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Randall. Pistons trail by 7. Now Rose. Griffin dishes to Rose. Grant outside. And it's Rose penetrating, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Well, Rose will generate points in any situation. Here he does it by feeding a wide open man.
Payton, right side. In the corner, Barrett with it. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 8 points.
Toughness and energy on the boards, and an easy putback to show forward.
From downtown, misses the shot. And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving a Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Knicks, Robinson is out there with Knox. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Elfrid Payton. And it's Bullock in at the 3. Here's Rose. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rose in the post. Robinson on him. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
And then they continue to control the glass.
Down low. Out to Payton. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Pistons trail by 9. Rose passes to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Grant. Robinson with the block. They retain possession. Grant gets a wide open look. Good, nothing but net.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Bullock kicks to Robinson. It's rebounded by Hayes. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Grant, that's good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make when he plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Randall's checked in. The Knicks leading by 7. To the paint, here's Bullock, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
To the middle, here's Plumlee. Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside Jackson, 6 to shoot. Here's Plumlee. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so Grant will bring it up for the Pistons. 9-point game. He dishes it to Jackson. Back to Grant. He kicks it to Hayes. From outside the arc. They get the rebound. Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Now, the aggression that Griffin plays with, I mean, that's what sets him apart, whether he's attacking the basket or getting after it on the offensive glass like he does right here.
And that one drops for him. Payton's got 4 points this quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
1:41 left to play here in the fourth. Plumlee in the post, guarded by Robinson. Griffin can't get it to go in. The Knicks leading by 9. Randall passes to Robinson. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Knicks.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Robinson.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless. Grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Hayes dishes to Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
Good luck finding anyone who's up to the challenge of taking on Griffin tonight. He's going to torch anyone they put on.
Payton's shot is off.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Right wing. Near the 3-point line, it's Bullock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Right for 3, offline. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's... together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And, of course, the Pistons, a couple spots below.
And checking out Detroit, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. He's out there with Josh Jackson. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Grant. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hornets, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Devontae Graham. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Hayward in at the 3 spot. Two teams badly needing a win tonight, Greg. Some desperations on both sides.
And it's easy to start second-guessing yourself, Kevin. You want to make adjustments, but also stay true to who you are.
Now, here's Rozier. He dishes it to Hayward. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Biyombo puts up a 3. They shoot again. Out to Hayward. That's a 2 from Rozier. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Oh, my God. They can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Now here's Hayes. He's covered by Washington. Hayes in the post. Washington's on him. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this is why you gave Hayward big money, not just a score in this offense.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Hayes the pass to Jackson. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
Hayward kicks to Graham. Stolen by Grant. Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And so Griffin will bring it up for the Pistons. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
There were some unforced errors, but they also created some mistakes through their intensity on both ends.
Bridges, he's jacked in for Gordon Hayward. Then for the Pistons, White, he's jacked in for Josh Jackson. And it's Rose in for Hayes. To the paint, one-on-one fast break. And then Washington with the dunk.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Rose looking around. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The defense is in trouble because off the pick and roll, he uses his speed, he can knock down the shot, and he has a floater.
Bridges against Grant. Bridges passes to Biyombo. Back to Bridges. Clock at 6. Biyombo finds Bridges. Here's Graham. A new 14 for Charlotte. Second shot opportunity. 3-pointer. Detroit with the rebound. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage 1 win in the season series.
The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. No No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Hornets trail by 3. 1:11 left to play here in the first. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Pistons. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Wright. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Okafor. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Charlotte's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Martin finds ball. And here is McDaniel. Covered by Okafor. Martin against Wright. Here's McDaniels. Bridges for 3. Good on the triple.
And just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
Pass to Okafor. Here's Mikhailuk. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hornets lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
They've got Martin. Hayward out there with Martin. Then there's McDaniels, and it's Ball in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And rejection by McDaniels. Back to Ball. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. That's a 2 from Martin. It's tipped. Wright with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And there's the pass to Hayes. Here's Mikhailuk. Another shot. Stolen by Ball. Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Ball dishes to Martin. A shot by Hayward, wide open, and it's off from three-point range. Now here's Doumbouya. Defended by Hayward. Doumbouya, good.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind. This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Now here's Hayes. Ball with the rebound. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Hayward, and Hayward with the stuff.
Look out, watch out. Gordon Hayward is showing his explosiveness.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. He's with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes,
reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Working over that in-between area, Gordon Hayward with the size and skills to get it done.
Now here's Hayes. He's guarded closely. Jackson kicks to Doumbouya. Hornets with the rebound.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And Okafor with the block. And he gets it back. Rozier the pass to Graham. Out to Hayward. Rozier against Jackson. Here's Washington. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And doing much better now. In that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities. Bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Now here's Hayes. Outside Jackson. And they get it. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, that's another area with his size. The fact that he can run that pick and roll constantly keeps the defense guessing as to what he's going to do.
Biyombo with it, covered by Okafor. Biyombo dishes to Graham. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. Biyombo, the pass to Graham. Here's Washington. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Washington's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pistons trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Dumboya with it. Washington's on him. Outside for Jackson. Left side, Griffin. Hornets with the rebound. Biyombo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Graham from outside. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. And then for Detroit, Mason Plumlee's checked in for Okafor. Jeremy Grant comes in for Dumboya. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Hayes. Inside, Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Graham kicks to Biyombo. Back to Graham. And the Hornets miss again.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports half. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And for a team that's never made the conference finals, Jack, no wonder. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
And Detroit. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
From deep three-point range, and no good that time. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
Pistons trail by 8. Greg, maybe not the tallest big in the league, but Washington's reach is the great equalizer.
He stands only 6'7", but that 7'2" wingspan, it allows him to play big, snatch rebounds in traffic, and make contested shots in the paint. I think the young fella's got a bright future.
Pass to Plumlee. To the inside. Here's Griffin. Biyombo with the block. They get it back. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Griffin. Griffin's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Graham surveying the floor. Shoots from 12. Rebound by the Pistons. Plumlee, the pass to Hayes. Plumlee in the post. He's covered by Washington. Plumlee, no luck.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And it's Washington missing.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait. But you can't blame him.
Hayes, the pass to Griffin. Oh!
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Washington with it. Now defended by Grant. Graham, the pass to Rozier. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Plumlee. Biyombo with the block. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Some changes for Charlotte. Daniels, he's checked in for Washington. And Martin subbed in for Terry Rozier. And then for Detroit, Mikhailuk is checked in. And it's Wright in for Hayes. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Here's McDaniels, and he finishes nicely on the layup. McDaniels got his first bucket in this one. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Three-pointer right. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Biyombo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's McDaniel. Guarded by Wright.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Right against Graham. Pass to McDaniels. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Biyombo's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Wright dishes to Grant. To the wing right side. Passes it to Mikhailuk. There's the double team with Martin. Plumlee trying to break loose. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. Hornets leading by 10. And here is Graham. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Biombo down low. And so it's Charlotte with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we've got more NBA action. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got ball. Martin is out there with Miles Bridges. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Martin in at the 2-guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Shot clock at 3. Ball kicks to Martin. Another miss by Martin. Pistons trail by 10. Mikhailuk passes to Rose. Here's Mikhailuk. Feeds it to Griffin. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
This is what you want out of your offense. A high percentage look for Blake Griffin.
Martin finds Biyombo. Here's Ball. Can't hit that one. And it's Detroit the other way. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. To the right side. Here's Mikhailuk. A three-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Back to right. He feeds it to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Rose in the post, working on Biyombo. Now, here's Grant, covered by Martin. Griffin against Bridges. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Hornets leading by 6. Biyombo kicks to Martin. Back to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Pistons making a change here. The Hornets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. The pass to Bridges. Biyombo with it. Plumlee with the steal. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Grant the pass to Plumlee. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the right block. That one off the back iron and out. Hornets leading by 8. Pass to Washington. Charlotte no good that time either. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Graham. Biyombo with it. Working on Hayes. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Washington's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hornets.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard. Grant
kicks to Hayes. Grant up top. He's covered by Washington. Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. The first free throw is good.
You know, and every year, it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Now, here's Ellington. Not a lot of room. A baseline J. And it comes off the front of the rim. And it's the Hornets ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Hayward's got space. They grab their own miss. Washington kicks to Hayward. That three off the mark. Here's Magruder. And it falls. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge. Coming down the tunnel earlier, the Hornets getting mentally prepared. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at New York. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place. And, of course, the Hornets a game behind.
And I think for the Knicks, they weren't really being talked about as contenders coming into the season, but they have entered that conversation.
They're in the thick of it, and I think they got an attitude that's well suited for the pressure and intensity of playoff basketball. So when the postseason arrives, look out for this team.
So the New York starting 5, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Elfrid Payton is out there with Reggie Bullock, and it's Robinson in at the center position. And for the Hornets, P.J. Washington is out there with Hayward. Then there's Devontae Graham. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Rozier in at the 2 guard. Well, fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
Now here's Payton after Gordon Hayward's miss. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clock is at 3. Here's Barrett. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Now, I'm impressed with R.J. Barrett and his body control when he's around the basket like that. Good finish. There's a tremendous demand in the NBA right now for the kind of build that R.J. Barrett gives you at that guard position. So sturdy, so strong, and he has a chance to be one of the best guards in the league for many years to come. Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And Brent, some breathless comparisons for R.J. Barrett. People throwing out names like Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady.
I mean, that's a ton of optimism around names like that. But this young player has a drive and a will. And I think he has the kind of composure to show you what he's made of. And if it reaches anywhere near those other players, Kevin, he's going to have one heck of a career.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Out to the right wing. That shot, no good. Hayward with some nice D.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Robinson kicks to Bullock. Down low. Here's Barrett. Trying to get open is Randall. And the Knicks miss again. Hornets trail by 6. Graham, the pass to Washington. Hayward outside. Back to Graham. Pass to Hayward. Can they get it? The offensive rebound. Biyombo lays it up off the glass.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Robinson with it. Working on Biyombo. Barrett finds Robinson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Now, this kind of balance is going to make a huge difference in R.J. Barrett's improvement in the league. When to score and when to be the assist maker.
Graham, the pass to Hayward. Washington. It's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Randall, no good. Hornets trail by 4. Graham dishes to Biombo. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Hornets. Bridges comes in for Washington. And Martin subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for New York. Smith comes in for Payton. Now here is Martin. And the Hornets miss again. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Second chance shot. And stolen by Graham. Rozier against Smith. Good work defensively by Smith.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Now, here's Bridges. 8 points his last outing. Biombo in the post. Robinson on him. Robinson with the block.
Such good instincts from Robinson there to throw that one away.
And the layup's good off the glass. Robinson's got his second basket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Good if it goes. And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Dennis Smith is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Noel. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Knox in at the 3. Good.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Well, the Knicks fans looking for any ray of hope. And it doesn't have to come at the hands of high-level draft choices. Mitchell Robinson is one of those young players right now for them who's showing a ton of promise.
Great positioning on the putback.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Robinson, a second-round pick for the Knicks. Brent, he has been a steal.
I agree with you. He started playing basketball in 8th grade, so you wonder how much more unlimited and untapped potential does Mitchell Robinson have at this position.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Ball against Smith. The layup missed. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against the Pacers in Indiana.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
And talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Robinson kicks to Burks. Off target with his 3. Hornets trail by 5. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock especially near the rim.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Washington's checked in for McDaniels. And Gordon Hayward's is subbed in for Martin. And a switcher also for New York. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Now, here's Bridges. 9 points in the game so far. Shot from 16, and he hits the jump shot. Bridges has got 11 here in this quarter alone. 1:57 left now here in the second. It's Noel atop the key. Out to Smith. Noel trying to break loose. Smith with the basket on the assist by Noel. Smith's got his first points of the game. Out to the right wing. To the wing on the left. Knocks the pass to Noel, and he comes up with the deuce.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
So both teams changing it up here.
And remember, an early part of the process in Philadelphia, it's taken Noel a little time to define his role in the league.
The length and athleticism is just something that you can't teach, and that keeps people intrigued about Nerlens Noel. His skill set continues to be a work in progress, but there's been some signs of a turn for Noel now.
And Hayward gets it to go.
And how about Hayward mixing it up inside there? Shows he can score on either side of the three-point line and really makes him more difficult to guard.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Out to Payton. Randall down low. He's covered by Washington. Randall no good.
I saw a green light there. He's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Hayward finds Graham. Back to Hayward. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Hayward's got his second basket of the game.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And Barrett slams it in.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Out to Hayward. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's the New York Knicks with their lead standing at 6 points here.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, you guys scored a lot in the first half. What are you doing well offensively?
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And New York holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. And a lot of fans in New York can't remember. And that's all we have.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What can you say, guys? Miles Bridges, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
You've got Rozier. Hayward out there with Washington. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Biyombo at the center filling out the middle. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
And how about RJ getting a little bit fancy with that one as he flushes it home.
Now, here's Rozier. He's guarded by Bullock. It's deflected. Payton against Graham. Payton dishes to Barrett. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And they're moving it up. Here's Graham. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the Knicks. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. Payton can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Rozier. Lays it up and banks it in.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Back to Barrett. Jacks up a 3. And Rozier pulls it down.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Graham with the bucket. Now Payton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Barrett. Pulls it up. Here's Robinson. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Graham, the pass to Hayward. Passes it to Washington. Out to Hayward. To the wing right side. Graham finds Washington. Lets it go from 14. And it's Graham missing.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
There at the pass to Bullock. And stolen by Hayward. It's stolen by Randall. Robinson left side. Biyombo with the block. Washington inside. Randall on him. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A lot of great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg? Or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
And Nerlens Noel, since coming into the league, seemingly has fought an uphill battle to try to find a role on a team where he can consistently make key contributions. Let's hope it's now.
And so he makes both from the line. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Ball kicks to McDaniel. Outside Martin. From 11 feet away. Bridges passes to McDaniels, and he makes good on the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Some nice passing by New York here. Knox. Bridges against Randall. And too long on the shot. Hornets trail by 5. Now here's McDaniel. And finished off by McDaniel.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. And Burks hits 2 free throws.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Ball dishes to Martin. Back to Ball. McDaniels kicks the ball. And stolen by Noel. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 4 this quarter.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Knox, covered by Martin. 8 feet away. Off the iron that time. The shot comes out, and we've watched 3 so far in this one. Knicks lead by 5. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Alec Burks is out there with Dennis Smith. And it's Knox in its small forward. Martin with the bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Knicks leading by 3. Burks, the pass to Robinson. And here is Bridges. Offensive rebound. Washington, that's good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the Knicks with possession here. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Knox, covered by Martin. They get it again. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. Here's Robinson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I think there are a lot of big men in this league who don't realize that Mitchell Robinson has that kind of quickness. They end up fouling him quite a bit.
For the Knicks, it's checked in for Randall. Reggie Bullock comes in for Burks. And it's Peyton in for Dennis Smith. The Knicks shooting 43% for the game. Peyton with the ball. Washington's on him. Right side Robinson. There's the pass to Bullock. Here's Knox. Here's the 3. Goes back up. Here's Robinson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And the Knicks lead by 4. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Biombo. Up top, Graham. Rozier with the ball. An easy 2 points on the layup. Washington's got 4 points this quarter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Bullock dishes to Robinson. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Graham kicks to Biombo. Back to Graham. Now here's Rozier. He's guarded by Bullock. 6 to shoot. And it's Rozier again missing. From the arc. Kept alive by New York. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 6-point New York lead.
I don't want to lose track of Peyton inside. He has size at that guard position and was crafty. Used his body and athleticism and tracked down to no rebound. And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Knox. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, the hustle from RJ on the offensive end was tremendous.
Washington passes to Hayward. Back to Washington. Lets it go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And again, it's New York.
Well, this is R.J. Barrett having himself a big-time game. And he's beating the defense in so many ways right now.
Rozier, the pass to Washington. Out to Hayward. Shot to stop the run. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
For three, Barrett. It doesn't go for him. Well, the Hornets shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Then for the Knicks, Rando comes in for Kevin Knox. And Alec Burks subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Deflects the pass. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Washington kicks to Rozier. Charlotte no good that time either. And here are the Knicks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Barrett wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Bridges misses. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
There's the triple. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Here's Washington. And so it's the Knicks with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily... of the streets of Manhattan. Greetings and DA.
Hey, Kevin.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at New York, they're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, the Detroit Pistons, they're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And right now for the Knicks, they fought awfully hard this season, and they've got the results to show for it. It's been a breakout year for this group.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a nice story, but now the real work begins, getting themselves primed for a deep push into the playoffs.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Griffin is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Hayes. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Grant in at the small forward position. And for New York, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Elfrid Payton is out there with Reggie Bullock. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Robinson following the miss by Griffin. Robinson kicks to Bullock. Jackson comes over with the double. 6 feet out. 4 on the clock. Bullock passes to Payton. Hayes with the steal. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Reagan, 1991, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick. Your son going through it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, everyone wants to see what you've got. And also, you want to prove that you belong. And so because of that, though, especially in today's game, sometimes judgment comes way too quickly. And we've seen it with a lot of great young players that because they come in a lot earlier in terms of their age, it may take them an extra year or two to figure it all out. And so the teams that are most patient in allowing those kids to mature at their own level tend to be the ones that get the higher rewards.
Indeed. And we see so much impatience, and it causes problems. Now, here's Barrett after Josh Jackson's miss. Robinson down low. Jackson on him. Robinson misses. And so Griffin will bring it up for Detroit. Still without a basket in the game. Their last game, a win against Boston. Looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, a little tougher maybe than they would have liked, but it came together for them at the end.
Trying to end the drought. Robinson pulls it in. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Payton in the corner. New York again turning it over.
And checking out some numbers for Barrett. Last season's performance for him averaged about 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Alec Burks checked in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Dennis Smith in for Elfrid Payton. So for the Knicks, Noel comes in for Mitchell Robinson, and it's Knox in for Randall. Here's Mikhailuk. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
That's a 2 from Smith. And Noel gets it to go on the assist by Smith.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
Now Rose. 17 points for him last game against Boston. And stolen by Noel. And a fast break now for the Knicks. For 3, Barrett. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, that's about hustle and having a knack for knowing where the shot's coming off. R.J. Barrett on the glass.
1:14 left in the first quarter. Here's Rose. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Knicks leading by 6.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media.
The Pistons have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Doumbouya kicks to Okafor. To end the drought, and Okafor slams it in.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
And the basket by Knox.
What you love about Kevin Knox is that size and frame because it allows him to get easy opportunities on the inside.
Now here's Rose. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And he converts the layup.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Burks kicks to Smith. Takes a 3. Tries again. Noel finds Burks. For 3, Smith. Doumbouya pulls it in. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, just a little too physical out there right now. That's already his second foul.
Here's Rose. Count it. Rose has got his second basket.
And that is one of Derrick Rose's signature moves. May not be as fast as he once was, but boy, that explosive first step remains.
Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Alec Burks is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Noel in at the 5. They're the group. New York will start the second. Randall on the follow.
Well, this is where the tremendous motor that Randall plays with helps him get rebounds.
Rose looking around. And there's the feed to Okafor, and stolen by Noel. Here's Randall. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Well, the athleticism of Dennis Smith Jr. allows him to work on the glass. That is nicely done.
Rose goes in. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Now the pass to Doumbouya. And now it's Burks running. He can go all the way. And Smith puts up a deep 3. From deep. Lets it go with the 3. Shot clock reset for the Knicks. Here's Knox. Off target from outside. So for New York, their last game, a win against Indiana. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Rose attacking. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition. And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
No, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Craig? And the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Monday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. This is his first free throw of the game. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on it. Josh Jackson's checked in for the Pistons.
R.J. Barrett, still such a young talent in the NBA, but this is something this young man has dreamed about for as long as he can remember. He has the work habits and the commitment to be great.
Now, here's Grant. They picked up 24 points in their last one against Boston. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
New York, no good that time either.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The Pistons have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That's good from Jackson.
I tell you, the potential of Josh Jackson is really enticing. This guy is a remarkable athlete. He can defend the basket at a high level. If he gets a jump shot, guys, that's consistent, look out.
Pass to Hayes. Wants to get it to Robinson, and does. Pass to Bullock. Payton outside. Robinson against Griffin.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Robinson finds Randle, and here's Bullock from the arc. Rebound by the Pistons. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. With 1 on the clock, and Griffin slams it in.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
And that does it for the first half of play. The Pistons. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Fernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Some good moments from both teams. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Griffin is out there with Grant. Then it's Josh Jackson. Then there's Hayes, and it's Plumlee in at the center. Jackson with it, picked up by Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Well, quick hands and active feet. Elfrid Payton as good on the defensive end as anyone in the league.
To the right side. Plumlee with the steal. Now here's Hayes. still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Payton passes to Robinson. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Payton.
Well, that's really good strength on that finish by Elfrid Payton. Nice job to embrace the contact.
Endorse, the Knicks have made it clear they see Mitchell Robinson as one of their key young players moving forward.
So would I, Greg, if I had a quick twitch 7-footer with the shot blocking abilities, the defensive instincts, and this guy is putting in the time to grow his game on the offensive end. Listen, Mitchell Robinson's going to be a problem in this league.
Knox, he's checked in for the Knicks. Burks comes in for Payton. White, he's checked in for Detroit. Griffin with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Wright. Missed inside.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Wright with it. Banked in off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 5.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. New York moving the ball around. That bucket in no time at all. Knox has got 9.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Wright, the pass to Griffin. That one's not going to go. And New York will come the other way. And here's Barrett. He has 5. Robinson kicks to Bullock. Back to Robinson. Kept alive by New York. Just 3 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. And Robinson throws it down.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And Wright, here we go. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wright's got 4 points this quarter.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
Barrett the pass to Bullock. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Pistons lead it. Passes to Jackson. 1:22 left to play in the third. Wright outside. Shoots the 3. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one. For 3, Barrett. Burks finds Robinson. Back to Burks. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Burks has got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Wright, here we go. Can't connect from short range. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Right wing. For the lead. To get open is Robinson. And the basket by Knox. Knox has got 11 points.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Grant dishes to Plumlee. Wright outside. 13 feet away. The second chance effort, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside Rose. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Payton, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
The third quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front as they end. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Smith is out there with Payton, and it's Noel in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for New York right now. And Hayes kicks to Okafor. Rose against Payton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Elfrid Payton.
Well, Derrick Rose plays with such intensity, such willingness to draw contact on the interior.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. Both free throws good from Rose.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Smith the pass to Payton. Back to Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Rose. Makes it off the glass. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, what a warrior Derrick Rose is. This guy gets buckets. Through contact out there, so tough.
Smith kicks to Payton. Back to Smith. From deep 3-point range, and it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And New York making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Rose against Smith. 5 to shoot, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. The Pistons making a change here. Grant's checked in. Pistons trail by 4. Outside Rose. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. 6 on the shot clock. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
That's simply about feel, right? Derrick Rose in pick-and-roll situations has such a good feel for the right decision.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Now here's Hayes, covered by Payton. Plumlee dishes to Hayes. Rose against Smith, and it's Rose penetrating. No good that time. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. To the inside, here's Robinson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Hayes down low, covered by Payton. Plumlee, the pass to Rose. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Payton. 4-on-3 break. Griffin with the steal. And the rejection by Smith.
Wow, you don't see Dennis Smith Jr. block a shot every game, but man, he's got some vertical. We know this about Derrick Rose. He never ducks these moments. He's fearless, this guy.
Steps back and fires. Smith, no luck.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Griffin finds Grant. And here's Hayes. There's 1:38 left in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rose passes to Plumlee. Here's Grant. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. To tie it up. Another shot. No good on the shot. Randall with some nice D. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. A 2-point game. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Real poise in the face of the game, hanging in the balance. Dennis Smith Jr. says it's my time.
And the pass to Rose. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Derrick Rose over 80% from the free throw line over his career. He makes you pay for those fouls.
So for the Knicks, it's checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Burks in for Smith. And Detroit with a change here too. Jackson's checked in. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Randall kicks to Payton. Back to Randall. Griffin with the steal. It's taken away by Payton. Burks, the pass to Randall, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Plumlee. Robinson pulls it in. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
It's tipped. Here's Grant.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Pass to Jackson. So a close game sees New York take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games.
it's the Pistons to start out. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. P.J. Washington is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Hayward. And it's Rozier in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Hayes. Back to Plumlee. 5 on the clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of this game. First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Graham, the pass to Hayward. And Griffin sends it back. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. He's looking for Griffin, finds him. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
Pass to Graham. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And then Washington with the dunk.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Boston Celtics. Hayes with it. The pass to Jackson. Back to Hayes. Griffin inside. Washington's on him. And the shot goes in.
It's a rough way to make a living, but somebody has to do it. Blake Griffin absorbing a lot of contact in the painted area.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Now here's Grant. In the game against Boston, very impressive. Here's Plumlee. Griffin trying to get open. The shot's good from Plumlee.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Passes it to Graham. Now Washington, defended by Griffin. Rozier against Jackson. Now here's Graham. He's tightly guarded. Biyombo, no luck.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Grant finds Jackson. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Ball, the pass to Martin. Biyombo, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
1:53 left here in the first quarter. Here's Okafor. The Hornets pull it in.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
To the middle, here's Griffin, got a piece of it.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
And again, Detroit turns it over.
Looking now at the numbers for Wright, how he performed last season. He was around 7 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
McDaniels dishes to Martin. The high post shot. Rose against Ball. Outside for Martin. Puts one up from 19. And that's good for 2. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Rose. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston. Count it, good.
Very aggressive, Derrick Rose. So efficient on how he attacks the hoop.
Hornets trail by 6. Over to the wing. Now, here's Bridges. He's covered closely. Harden against Wright. And stolen by Wright. Rose kicks to Okafor. The kick out to Rose. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so is Detroit with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
They've got Doumbouya. He's out there with Wright. Then there's Okafor. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Graham with the ball. Hayes on him. And it's Graham missing. The kick out to Wright. And here's Hayes. And the layup falls. Hayes has got the lead up to 6 now for the Pistons. And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy.
And it's Martin missing. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Mikhailuk. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. While we have the chance, we like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. The Hornets 4th.
I mean, it's about the pace they played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. Graham with the ball. Hayes on him. Graham, the pass to Martin. Just 5 to shoot. And again, the Hornets missing. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Inside. Here's Doumbouya. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo is checked in for McDaniel. Hayward comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Rozier in for Martin.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Monday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And the rebound goes to Griffin.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Jackson, there was no finesse on that one. Superb athlete who likes to punish the rim.
Grant against Hayward, uses the glass to finish the layup.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
On the wing, Jackson. Rozier defending. Jackson against Rozier. From 10 feet out, and that one hits back iron.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
For Rozier to be effective, that's just what he has to do. Keep moving, don't sit back and be passive.
Grant outside. .112 left here in the second. Pass to Doumbouya. Now here's Griffin. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And here we can check the story out on Terry Rozier. Last year, getting it done. 17th in three-point field goal percentage. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And one of the better three-point shooters in the league last season. And as you said, he was really good from out deep practically every time we saw him play. Pistons leading by 4. Pass to Plumlee. Back to Rose. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This is why Derrick Rose is considered one of the best at his position. He is not afraid of going down low.
And Hayward with the stuff.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Rose. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The pass to Rozier. Right side Martin. The kick out to Rozier. Fires the 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with their lead standing at 6 points here at the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you. And most would say the strength of this Pistons team has been in their front court.
Well, talent and strength. They can hold.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter of it.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kind of like what Derrick Rose has done in this one.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Charlotte. Washington out there with Hayward. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Rozier in at the 2-guard spot. For Charlotte, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
You know, discussing Biyombo, it's hard not to think back to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, isn't it?
I mean, how about 39 minutes? Only 7 points scored, but how about 26 rebounds to lead his team to victory? He actually had a terrific series all the way around and then parlayed that into a $72 million contract the following year.
Washington with it. Griffin's there. Graham kicks to Biyombo. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Biyombo's got 4 this quarter.
Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those 2 elements all the time.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Jackson. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Pistons lead by 6.
I'll tell you what, Jackson is a lot stronger than you realize until you see him up close. Also great at just staying in control and finishing those tough shots.
From 12 feet out, up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Biyombo's got 10.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Grant in the post, defended by Hayward. Hayward with some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And the rejection by Jackson. Kicks it to Grant. Fires from deep. That shot, no good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Up the floor. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Washington.
This is the patience we talk about. Hayward waiting that extra half second, finds the open man.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jackson against Rozier. Jackson kicks to Grant. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Graham gets a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Graham's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets. Hayes in the post. Graham defending. The shot's good from Hayes. Hayes has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Hayward finds Rozier. Back to Graham. Over Hayes. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've led by as much as 10. 51 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Griffin. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Hayward passes to Graham. Back to Hayward. He kicks to Biyombo. Hayward dishes to Graham. But they get it back. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Washington missing. Stolen by Washington. Here's Biyombo. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
Grant surveying the D. No good on the last second attempt there. We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. Pistons lead by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got DeLon Wright Okafor out there with Griffin. And it's Rose. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. Ball, the pass to McDaniels. Over Okafor. The shot by McDaniels, no good. Pistons leading by 5. To the paint, changes up. Rose can't hit. The Hornets shooting 40% from the field. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pistons shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Fantastic body control, bouncing off some of the stronger defenders and finding a way to still convert.
Out to the right wing. McDaniels kicks to Martin. Second chance shot. From deep. Rebound by Rose.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
To the wing right side. Ball kicks to Martin. To the inside. McDaniels passes to Martin. For 3, Bridges. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 6th rebound on the night. Wright looking around. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Plumlee is checked in for Okafor. And then for Charlotte, Biyombo comes in for McDaniels. And Washington subbed in for Martin. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Stolen by Rose. Here's Mikhailuk. It's blocked. It's intercepted. Over in the corner, Rose passes it to Mikhailuk. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Hornets trail by 9. Deep 2 from Ball. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And Wright throws it down.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Bridges kicks to Ball. Inside. Washington passes to Biyombo. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Bridges. And the 3 off target. Pistons leading by 11. Here's Rose. 1:32 left here in the 4th quarter. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And it's the Hornets with the ball. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th. Graham from outside. Rebounded by Jackson. The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Grant finds Hayes. Back to Grant. Rebound, Gordon Hayward. Hornets trail by 11. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Washington with the dunk.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Hayes. Graham defending. The shot's good from Hayes. Hayes has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Biyombo, no luck. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, here's Grant. Griffin down low. Biombo on him. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
And that one is good.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
From deep, Rose. That one misses. And so the Pistons take the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. set to bring you some. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at the Knicks. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place. And, of course, Charlotte down 5 spots from them.
And right now for the Knicks, this isn't the spot that too many people thought they'd be in this far into the season. They've really turned some heads with their play.
Some people out there still thinking they're going to fade as the season goes on, but I'm on the other side of this argument. I think they get even better as we go down the stretch.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Hayward out there with P.J. Washington. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the point guard. And for the Knicks, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Payton is out there with Reggie Bullock. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Robinson misses. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Barrett against Hayward. 6 to shoot. Randall dishes to Bullock. Kept alive by New York. Randall passes to Robinson. Can't get it to fall. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Stolen by Bullock. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. And Barrett slams it in.
How about that? The big man, Mitchell Robinson, able to find a teammate. You wonder if R.J. Barrett could be the best player to come out of Canada. Now that's some high praise because I had many years battling against one Steve Nash. But R.J. Barrett has a high ceiling.
Barrett kicks to Payton. Bullock passes to Barrett. Latrey, that's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Barrett had some time to focus there, and he made that one count.
And Barrett's father playing for the Canadian national team as well as playing overseas. And Brent, as you know, his mother, a nationally ranked sprinter.
Yeah, an unbelievable family DNA and lineage around a multitude of sports, and it really helps to be a generalist rather than a specialist. Couldn't ask for a better pedigree for one R.J. Barrett.
Good work there as it goes.
Such a key for Julius to continue to stay assertive on the offensive end.
Here's Washington. That one a little long. The Knicks leading by 7. Barrett finds Payton. And stolen by Graham. Here we go, all alone. Here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that, you see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Here's Robinson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
To the middle. Inside shot. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 9 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Hayward dishes to Biyombo. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Hayward against Barrett. Just 4 to shoot. The putback. Robinson pulls it in. New York leading by 7. Three-pointer. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Now, this kind of balance is going to make a huge difference in R.J. Barrett's improvement in the league. When to score and when to be the assist maker.
Hayward up top. Barrett covering. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. And a new group in for the Knicks. Nerlens Noel checks in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for R.J. Barrett. Burks, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And it's Noel missing.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball kicks to Martin. Outside for Martin. Ball against Smith. Ball with the bucket.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power, hammering
down the two-hand slam. And so it's the New York Knicks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Alec Burks is out there with Smith. And it's Noel in at center. That's the 5 for New York right now. Burks for 3. New York now working with the new shot clock. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Bridges. Shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Back to Bridges. Here's McDaniels. Doesn't go for him. And New York the other way now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, it never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
And it's Noel missing.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Bridges shot. Good. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Well, RJ, another one of those players who grew up around basketball, as his dad, Rowan, played overseas for the early part of RJ's life, and that introduced him to the game.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. The pass to Burks. Over Rozier. Here's Robinson, and he makes that one.
Some footwork and some finesse from Mitchell Robinson.
Hornets trail by 15. Now Rozier. 35 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Graham kicks to Bridges. Pass to Martin. Over Barrett. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Smith on the wing. Back to Barrett. Shoots over Graham. Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Monday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Washington kicks to Rozier. Shoots over Bullock. That's short off the rim. New York leading by 16. Smith for three. Bullock dishes to Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Some nice passing by New York here, and stolen by Graham. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Biyombo with it. Robinson on him. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Out left to the wing. Here's Knox. He's covered by Washington. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Well, this is R.J. Barrett having himself a big-time game. He's beating the defense in so many ways right now.
Passes it to Biyombo. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for New York. Martin's checked in for Charlotte. Out to the wing. Clock at 6. Rozier, the pass to Graham. On its way from Hayward for two. Great positioning on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And Robinson is right there. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Well, sometimes it's like a patient that's struggling to breathe. You just got to keep the play alive, and Robinson able to do that there.
Here's Washington. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated. It was all R.J. Barrett in the first quarter. He had 13 points. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Hayward in at the small forward spot.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Barrett for three. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Hayward with the ball. Bullock with the rebound.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
And Barrett does have the size to go in there and mix it up.
A different look for New York. Nerlens Noel checks in for Robinson. And it's Burks in for Reggie Bullock. And then for Charlotte, Miles Bridges comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Ball subbed in for Rozier. Kept alive. Here's Biyombo. Outside, Ball. Wants to get it to Biyombo and does. Charlotte again missing.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout? and reiterate what he talked about at halftime.
Yep, that one goes. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Well, Elfrid Payton on the straight line drive. Pretty fearless on that attack.
Bridges up top. Barrett covering. New York's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And Julius Randle dropping a few pounds since he came in the league. He still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, that he has other ways to get at you offensively. Now that's a needle in a haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Here's Noel. Lays it up off the glass.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Noel against Bridges. There's the pass to Washington. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. On up the court. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Ball.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Burks the pass to Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Well, Randle can get up there with the best of them. It's a quick move.
Pass to Washington. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Randle no good.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Washington kicks to Bridges. Sinks that one from the post. Bridges has got 6 points.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Randle, and Randle throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Kevin Knox comes in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Burks. And it's Dennis Smith in for Elfrid Payton. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from McDaniels.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. On its way from Hayward for 2. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Knox, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, that kind of activity from Kevin Knox is going to pose some problems for the defense.
For New York, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point, and the first one drops. And so he hits both. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Martin. Shoots over Bullock. Here's McDaniels, and the layup's good off the glass. McDaniels got his second bucket.
Now that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
And so it's New York going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. It's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Smith and Bullock at the 1 and the 2. And it's Knox in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Rozier with the steal. Here's Martin. The kick out to Rozier. Hayward dishes to McDaniels. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. Hayward can hit.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
But they'll get another chance. Bullock passes to Robinson. Smith against Martin. Smith kicks to Robinson. And the rebound goes to Martin.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
For Rozier to be effective, that's just what he has to do. Keep moving, don't sit back and be passive.
Biombo's checked in for McDaniels. Hornets on defense now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Bullock with it. He's against Martin. Just 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Robinson.
That's exactly what you expect. Mitchell Robinson within 3 feet. That's 2 points.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Rozier the pass to Martin. Down low. Biombo finds Martin. Shoots from the high post. Offensive rebound. Biombo, no luck. The Knicks leading by 10. And the foul called on Bismack Biombo. That's his first foul. Burks, he's checked in for the Knicks. Payton comes in for Dennis Smith. And then for Charlotte, Washington's checked in for Martin. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Martin. Payton looking around. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Pass to Burks. Back to Payton. 3 on the clock. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. And that one, good. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Out to Payton for the 3. That shot misses. And Charlotte will come the other way. To the left wing. Graham finds Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the pass to Burks. No good with the triple. Hornets trail by 12. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Rozier against Burks. Here's Knox trying to get open as Randall. Knox misses.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Adept at maintaining his balance on the way up. Bridges, a strong player who can play through contact.
And the basket by Rozier.
Capitalizing on the error, grinding out points. You gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
Good on the shot. And the Knicks lead by 8.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Bridges kicks to Rozier. Over in the corner, Washington. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. At one point, they led by 16. Randle down low. He's covered by Washington. Launches it. Off target. And so it's the Knicks with the win. Pete David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.